everybody, and welcome to Plaidstallions Toy Ventures. I am Brian, your host. I've been kind of out and about these last few weeks, not staying at home. I don't know if it's the spring weather or just the whole feeling cooped up during the pandemic, but I have been touring Southern Ontario antique malls, flea markets, and vintage toy stores, hoping to find a score. Sometimes I went with my family. Other times I actually went with an old friend who I used to toy hunt with back in the 80s, and that was a lot of fun. Sometimes I went home empty-handed, and other times I scored. And I will share my scores with you at the end of this episode and share some of the stories of the finds, because I'm really excited about some of this stuff. And I found some really weird items, but I did take photos along the way, and I thought I would put a photo montage together. I will be sharing the places I visited on a list below in the description in the video as well. So, without further ado, let's go to the slideshow, shall we? So let's go through what I picked up. And this first bag was my first score of any of the trips. And it happened all by accident. We passed through a small town we'd never been to before. I saw the sign Vintage Toys, and I found this cool shop called Retro Rewind. And one of your happiest occasions is finding a vintage toy store in your journeys that you are not aware of. And I was super excited to find this place, and the owner was super cool. Somebody behind the counter there I actually went to high school with. Really weird coincidences. He let me dig through his parts box, and these are the scores that I found that day. So first off, the first thing I saw was this, an 8-inch Mego Knock-Off Ninja. I had one of these back in the 80s. I remember buying it at Bargain Harold's, if Toronto guys know what that is. And what it is it's actually a repurposed LJN barter SWAT figure. And they've actually put a little scar on him to make him look more like a ninja. And they've painted little sandals on his feet. And he had a whole bunch of weapons. And he came in white and black. And unfortunately, I've missed the black one, according to the owner of the shop. And that is a shame, because I would love a set of these. And I am going to seek them out. But what a happy coincidence to find one of those. Next thing I noticed at the store was Action Jackson in a Shazam outfit. Now, I didn't notice that AJ's missing a foot. Hopefully I can fix that. But I did want a Type 1 body for a figure that I have, a vintage figure. So that's why I bought AJ in this nice little Shazam suit. Shazam suit's pretty clean. Might trade that off to somebody. The next figure I got, you can't beat this. Mego Tarzan. Yeah, he's missing his bodysuit, but he has his loincloth. The head is nice and clean, and the body is really nice and tight. Never can pass up a Mego, especially at the price it was. The last figure I picked up from here was Super Joe. Hasbro's Super Joe Commander. Unfortunately, these are the 8-inch G.I. Joes that came out in 77 and 78. Unfortunately, he is degraded. They used rubber in the joints, and that rubber melts down. It's the same one that uses the hands. So I am going to send him out for repair. I have been wanting a loose Super Joe to put in my collection, and it would be nice to have one with reproduction hands, and you could actually pose and stand. But he is in nice shape, and the price was right. I picked up a couple other little oddities at this shop. This guy kills me. I think I had this as a kid. It's a Kung Fu bendy. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Bruce Lee. Very 70s, very cool. I do not know the manufacturer. I thought it was Diener, but they actually did officially license Bruce Lee stuff in the 70s. Another thing I managed to find in that pile was a really minty Mego Joker jacket. I have one with a faded coat, so that was absolutely a joy to find. And the last thing I had to have, even though I don't know exactly where it's from, but judging from all the toys in the box, it's a 70s item. And this is this weird Halloween, like rosary almost. It's got a tarantula on the end. The beads are actually bones and skulls. Really cool. I have no idea what to do with it. But that was my Retro Rewind score. But I've got a couple other pieces that I picked up this last weekend that I'm going to share now. So the following weekend, I visited Hamilton, Ontario with an old friend. And we went to some shops that I personally have not been in for years due to the pandemic. A lot of people noticed that when I came in the door. The first place I hit was a place called Bounty Hunter Toys. It's an old haunt of mine. And I almost got out of there without spending money, which is unique. However, on my second pass, my OCD spotted something that you're going to wonder why I had to have, but I will confess it to you. Yep. I collect Love Boat. Mego did a line of Love Boat action figures in the early 1980s, and it is one of the silliest things they've ever done. And I can't really explain it other than I do love, Fantasy Island, therefore Love Boat by association. And I have kind of committed myself to picking up these figures on the Canadian Grand Toys cards. You can see the Grand logo right there. If I see them. It's actually pretty rare to find them in the Canadian cards, but when you do, they are not very expensive. So now I've started this habit this year, and I now have two characters. I have Doc and Gopher, desperately seeking the rest, but I am in no rush to complete this set. The other must-hit destination in Hamilton is a store called Kool Stuff. Owner Jeff has had a shop in Hamilton since the 1990s. He is an institution at this point, and if you're interested in helping him out, there is a petition you can sign to help him keep his location right now. There's some not good things happening to a very good person. I love going to Jeff's. It's a scrounge. It's exciting. There's all kinds of stuff there. He let me and my friend touch the original Planet of the Apes soldier ape costume he has, and that was a lot of fun. And on my way out the door, I spy this. Matchbox Mobile Action Command. I've done episodes about this. I collect these. I particularly only buy them when I see them. I don't do eBay. And this one, I paid a little more than I usually pay. I usually pay about $25 for these when I see them in the antique malls. I paid a little more for this for one reason. This is the first one I had as a kid. I remember this. I bought it at Woolco with my pocket money, and it was very exciting creating a backstory for this guy. And this is the thing that kind of I think of when I hear the words Mobile Action Command. So I was very excited to get this. It will go in my collection. A lot of people don't remember what these toys are called, and I get it all the time on the site. And yeah, I was just super thrilled to run into this old friend. And buying it from an old friend, I guess. Just a quick reminder, if you do like what I do with this channel, I do have a store. The link is below. We are on issue 6 of our magazine based on this show called Plaidstallions, Toy Ventures. And this month is all about the Star Team. And my second book, Knock-Offs, Totally Unauthorized Action Figures, is now available through my store where I will sign it. You can also get it on Amazon, and you can ask your local comic shop to order it for you. So that's all the time I have for Toy Ventures this week. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I would love to know if you've made any finds these past few weeks. Let me know in the comments below, or you can hit me up at our Facebook group, Pod Stallions, where we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Thank you, as always, for joining me on my toy venture. If you're new to this, I hope you'll consider hitting a like and subscribe. This is what I do every week. Until next time, be well, folks, and let's talk toys, not other people. Cheers.